Welcome, in front of me is a Samsung Galaxy M52, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a semi-quick overview. So I'll mention this right off the bat. The device is already unpacked, as you can see. I did go through the setup, so it's not necessarily the most truest unboxing, but still the experience is virtually the same. So in here, paperwork as it is typical in a Samsung fashion. We get a phone, charger. Wait, actually I just realized there's a charger. That's surprising. So, okay, this is not necessarily the most surprising part. The charger is absolute garbage, it's 15 watts. And then we get a cable, Type-C to Type-A. Yeah, nothing really special. So that's basically all we get in the box. There's no screen protector, or not screen protector, but no casing or anything like that. So let's pop it out. I just like, nope, I can't slide it out, so I just need to rip it off. There we go. Okay, so as I mentioned, the phone is already set up. So you can see right here a fairly decently sized display with also fairly minimal bezels. I'm gonna brighten it up a bit. Now Samsung does offer fairly bright screens right here, as you can see. So I'm gonna lower it down just so it doesn't cup the exposure of the camera. So anyway, this is a 6.7 inch display, 1080p by 2400. It's a Super AMOLED display with a 120 Hz refresh rate. So it's a super smooth, fluid display with a decent resolution, which also puts it at 393 pixels per inch and 86.4% screen to body ratio. So the screen here, obviously, it's good. I mean, it's Samsung, so you'd expect it. On the back, we have a triple camera setup. So we have a 64, 12, and 5 megapixel cameras. So we have wide, which is a 64, and then we have ultra wide 12 and 5 megapixel macro. I'm actually curious about the macro. I'm gonna quickly check it out, just out of simple curiosity, how well it macros in. See. Go. So there's the macro. Yeah. So, ooh, boy, that's bad. Now, kind of looking for my. Okay, there's my phone. Let's see. I'm gonna launch camera on my phone and see how macro looks on this, just as a comparison. Now for me it's called Super Macro because we got to keep it fancy. Yeah, obviously you can see already the difference. It's night and day. Let me just go back to this. So this is apparently a macro which looks like a blurry pile of garbage. Well, this literally shows every damn crevice on the key. Yeah, this isn't macro, this is a poor excuse of one. So anyway, let's move further. So we're running Android 11. We have Snapdragon 778, which is a 5G chipset with a 6 or 8 gigabyte RAM, depending on which one you go. You also have different storages. Actually, no, we don't have different storages, my bad. We have only 128 gigabyte option. Now let me quickly locate. I think it's in here. Yep, there we go. My little SIM eject tool. Because I want to see if we do have a expandable storage in here. And we do. So you can pop an SD card here and expand it further past the 128 gigs that you have. So also that's kind of nice. And moving on with the actual specs, apart from the Snapdragon, we are running a 5000 mAh battery. It has a 25 watt charging capability in the phone, but obviously this ain't no 25 watt charger, so hopefully you have a better one. Probably from like a different device that also probably costed less than this. So yeah. So charger wise, probably better to have your own different one. And what else is there to say? We have Type-C charging port, no headphone jack as you can see anywhere on the phone, and fairly minimal everything. We do have a power button along with a fingerprint sensor and one on the side, and that's about all the worth mentioning specs right here. So for about 400 euros that this cost, it's kind of like a mid-range phone, but not really. It has a decent processor, it has a decent battery, cameras are just meh. The screen itself is actually really good. That's probably one of the key selling points. 120 Hz AMOLED display, it's fantastic. And instead of that, if the screen isn't your forte, I don't think the phone might be worth getting it just for you, because it's not necessarily gonna be good at everything here. The best part of it is, like I mentioned, the screen, and that's about the main concern, at least what I would think main concern of this phone, to have the best screen. So anyway, for 400 bucks, or not bucks but euros, it seems like an almost okay deal. I don't know how else to put it. It lacks a bunch of features that phones have nowadays, and probably will be outperformed by some Xiaomi phones, but then if you're not in the market for like Chinese phones, obviously this isn't, so you can get this instead if you have some kind of aversion to those. So anyway, at the end of the day, it's an okay device, has an outstanding display and a decent battery life, and that's probably all that I can say that would attract a lot of people to it. So anyway, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.